Can do it. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Chat Kid, coming back even for a fire video. And today, as you can see by the title, we have got Ben Drown Part 2. Without any further ado, let's just get right into the pasta. We left off on post 2, and he's about to explain what happened. Well, what he did and his stuff anyway. Okay, let's go. Post number 2, September 8th, 2010. I'm going to post what happened and link the video footage, but last night everything got too real for me. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making that thread. But last night, that elegy of emptiness statue had a dream about it. I dreamed that it was following me, and that I'd be minding my own business when I'd feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up on end. I would turn around to see that thing, that horrible, lifeless statue staring back at me with those empty eyes, merely inches away. In my dream, I remember calling it Ben, and I never before had a dream I could remember so vividly. But the important thing is that I did get some sleep, I suppose. Today, putting off playing the game as long as I could, I drove back up to that neighbourhood to see if the old man came back. As expected, the car was still gone and no one was home. As I was walking back to my car, the man next door, mowing his grass, killed the power to his lawnmower and asked me if I was looking for someone. I told him that I was looking to try to talk to the old man that lived there, to which he told me what I already knew. He was moving. Trying a different avenue, I asked if the old man had any relatives or family I could talk to. I discovered that this old man had never been married, nor did he have any children or grandchildren through adoption. Starting to become worried, I asked one final question, one I should have asked from the beginning. Who was Ben? The man's expression turned grim, and I learned that 4 doors down, around 8 years ago, on April the 23rd, the man informed me that it was the same day as his anniversary, that's how he knew the specific date. There was an accident with a young boy named Ben in the neighbourhood. Shortly after his parents moved, and despite any further attempts to talk to the man to get more information, he wouldn't divulge anything else. I went back and started playing again. I loaded up the game and immediately jumped back to the title screen where the mask flies by. The sound that played was not the normal whoosh sound, it was something much more higher pitched. I pressed start, bracing for the worst. But just like two nights ago, the files Your Turn and Ben were displayed. Truth be told, I looked at the Ben file earlier. It seems to fluctuate between displaying the owl save and not. I brought up the Ben file, hesitated for a moment, noticing that the stats were not the same as they originally were 2 days ago. It seems he had not already completed the Stone Tower Temple this time. Summoning my courage, I selected it. Immediately I was thrust into complete chaos. Sure enough, I was outside Stone Tower Temple, but that's about all that was expected. The zone itself wasn't called Stone Tower Temple, but rather Stone. And immediately a dialogue box full of complete gibberish that I couldn't make out greeted me. Link's body was distorted, his back was cocked violently to the side where his posture was firmly disfigured. Link's expression was dull, almost monotonous. He had an expression in his face that I didn't recognise before. It was a blank look, as if he was dead. As Link stood there with his body spasmed irregularly back and forth, I examined what had become of my avatar and I noticed that I had a C button item I'd never seen before. Some kind of note, but pressing it did nothing. Sounds played back and forth that I did not recognise from the game, almost demonic in nature. And there was some kind of high-pitched yip or some kind of laughing playing in the background. I had all of 2 minutes to take in the environment before another one of those fucking energy of empty statues was summoned, and immediately I was cut into the Dawn of a New Day screen, except this time it was about the subtext. I was a Deku scrub in Clocktown. This scene would normally play after the first time we travelled back in time. Tati would say, "What just happened?" It's as if everything has, but instead of starting over, she finished her remark in broken text as the laugh of the happy mask salesman plays in the background. I was put back in control of my character, but from a fucked up camera angle. I was looking from the behind the door to the clock tower, watching my avatar run as the Deku scrub. Seeing as how I had no place to go because I couldn't see anything, I begrudgingly went inside the door. There I was greeted with the happy mask salesman who simply told me, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" before the screen whited out. I was in Termina Field as a human again. I might as well not have been playing the game anymore. I was being warped around and there was no sign of a day clock or anything. I took a moment to get my bearings as I looked around the field, and immediately I could tell that this was not normal. There were no enemies, and a twisted version of the Happy Mask Salesman theme was playing. I decided to run towards Woodfall before I noticed a gathering of 3 figures off to the side, one of them being a pawn. I played the Legend of Zelda games, if you can tell. As I approached them, to my horror I saw that Happy Mask Salesman, the Skull Kid, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue just standing there. I figured that maybe they're bugged out, but by now I told myself I should have known better. Nevertheless, I approached them carefully and found that the Skull Kid was playing some sort of idle animation on loop. Same with Epona, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue was doing what I'd been doing all along, just standing there eerily. It was a Happy Mask Salesman that scared me more profoundly than the other two. He too was idle, wearing that shit-eating grin, but wherever I moved his head slowly turned and followed me. I had not engaged in any dialogue with him, nor was I in combat with him, yet his head continued to follow my movements. Reminded of my first encounter with the Skull Kid on top of a clock tower, I pulled on my ocarina, to which the game played the ding sound when you're supposed to play your ocarina, and tried a song I hadn't played yet, the Happy Mask Salesman's own song, and the song he'd been playing on loop back in day 4, the song of healing. I finished playing the song as I did, an ear-piercing shriek blasted from my TV. The sky immediately started flashing. The Happy Mask Salesman twisted theme song sped up, intensifying the fear in me, and Link exploded into flames and died. The 3 figures stared at during my death scene as they watched my lifeless body burn. I can't describe to you how sudden and terrifying the transition from eerie to terror is. You're going to have to watch the video if you want to see it firsthand. The same fear that caused me to lose sleep 2 days ago started to grip me again as I was met with the same text. You've met with a horrible fate, haven't you? For the 3rd time. There has to be some kind of meaning behind that. I had little time to ponder as I was immediately given another small cutscene transforming into a Zora, and now I found myself in Great Temple Bay. Hesitant but curious to see what the game had in store for me, I slowly made my way towards the beach where I found Epona. I wondered why the game had decided to put her here. Was the game implying she was trying to get a drink? Unable to take the mask off, I decided that riding the steed wasn't the reason she was placed here. Suddenly I realised that Epona kept neighing, and the way she was angled made it look like she was trying to signal a point to me off in the distance. It was a hunch, but I dove into Great Bay and started swimming. Sure enough, I almost missed it. I found something at the bottom of the ocean. One last Elegy of Emptiness statue. I went down to examine it, and suddenly my Zora started doing a choking animation never seen a Zora do before. Which didn't even make sense, because Zoras can breathe underwater. Regardless, my character choked to death and died. And again, the statue was the only thing that was highlighted in my death. I didn't respawn this time. I was booted back to the main menu as if I restarted my console. The press start screen was before me. I knew the only reason why it put me here was because the save files had changed again. Taking a deep breath, I pressed start, and I was right. The new save files told me about Ben. Now it made sense why the statue appeared when I tried to go to the laundry pool. The game must have anticipated how I would have tried to escape the day 4 clock town. The 2 files had told me his obvious fate. As I suspected, Ben was dead. He had drowned. The game obviously isn't through with me. It taunts me with the new save files. It wants me to keep playing. It wants me to go further. But I'm done with this shit. I'm not touching any more of the files. This is already way too horrifying for me, and I don't even believe in the paranormal, but I'm running out of explanations. Why would someone send me this message? I don't understand it. I just get too depressed thinking about this. The footage is up here for those who want to see it and try to analyse it. Maybe there's some sort of coded gibberish there's some sort of coded message in the gibberish, or something symbolic in what I went through. I'm too emotionally and mentally drained to fuck with it anymore. Post number 3, September 10th, 2010. I know it's early in the morning. I stayed up all night. I can't sleep. I don't care if people see this. That's not the point. I want the word to get spread so I don't suffer for nothing. I've lost the will to type about this. The less I dwell on this, the better. I think the video just speaks for itself. I did what you guys told me to do. I played the Elegy of Emptiness song. At the first prompt by the game I was given. But I think that's why the game, or Ben, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm even humouring the absurd idea that exists in the game, wanted me to do. He's following me now, not just in the game, he's in my dreams. I see him all the time, behind my back, just watching me. I haven't gone to any of my classes, I've stayed in my dorm room and with the windows shut and the blinds shut. That way I know he can't watch me. But he still gets me when I play. When I play, he can still see me. The game is scaring me now. It talks to me for the first time. Not just using text that's already in the game. It spoke to me. Talked to me. It referenced Ben. It talked to me. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it wants. I never wanted this. I just want my whole life back. Some of this doesn't happen to people like me. I'm just a kid. I'm not even old enough to drink yet. It's not fair. I want to go home. I want to see my parents again. I'm so far away from home here at this school. I just want to hug my mum again. I just want to forget the statue's horrible blank face. My original game file is back, just the way I left it before I was gone. I don't want to play anymore. I feel like something bad will happen if I don't, but that's impossible. It's a video game. Haunted or not, it can't hurt me, right? Like, seriously, though. It can't, right? That's what I keep telling myself, but every time I think about it, I'm not so sure. Post number 4, September 12th, 2010. Let me just clear things up. I know you guys are worried, but Jadusable is okay. He finished moving out today, and he said he's going back home. He's just taking this semester off. I'm not really sure what happened. I have a vague idea, but you guys probably know more than I do. I'm Jadusable's roommate, and obviously I knew something was wrong with him for the few days now. He stayed in his room all the time, fell out of contact with literally all of his friends, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't been eating hardly anything either. After the second day, I couldn't stay in there anymore, so I've been crashing out of buddy's place only coming to my room to get my stuff that I need. I tried talking to him several times, but he would cut me off or keep the conversations brief when I asked him about his strange behaviour. It was like he was convinced something was hunting him. Yesterday, I came to grab my philosophy book and he approached me, looking awful, like horrible bags under his eyes. He handed me a flash drive and gave specific instructions. He told me that he needed me to do one last favour for him. He finally explained what was going on, gave me the account info to his YouTube account, and told me that he's getting away from here, that it lured him to play again instead of trying to change things and that he shouldn't have done that, and to upload the footage and inform people what happened. I told him again that he could do it himself, and he got this wild look in his eye and he told me that he's never looking at the game again, and that's the last thing he said to me. He never even said bye when his parents came to pick him up. I never even got to meet his parents. I honestly can't tell you what happened. When he spoke, it was kind of hard to understand him, and his fucked up appearance really distracted me. On the flash drive, there was the footage of the game last night, a text document with his name and passwords for YouTube, and a third document called the truth.txt, containing what he told me were his notes that he'd taken. He told me this meant everything to him and that I should follow his instructions exactly. Not only wouldn't be so to the letter for a request over a fucking video game, but the way he spoke and the way he looked at me yesterday, and it was really serious, and I'm going to honour that. I've had this video since yesterday, but I had to have someone help me use Pinnacle. That's not really my forte. After watching it, I had to go back through it and look for his old YouTube videos on the YouTube account to realise what was going on, and even then I'm still really confused. The video I'm releasing tonight, the truth.txt, will be released on September 15th, just like he requested. I haven't dared peek at it yet, so it's the first time I'll be watching. It's the first time you'll see it out of respect of my friend. To answer your questions, no, I haven't tried calling him yet. I think I'll give that a shot tomorrow. See if he's okay or not. He should have got back home by now. About the video. In this video you can see I cut straight to where he loaded the Ben file in the game. Looking back, I realised that was Jadusable. I realised that Jadusable left the same select screen in because it said different names sometimes. It's my bad for that. But all it said this time was that it was at the end of his last video, Link and Ben. Nothing different. I wasn't there when he played it, but it looks to me like in the beginning when he first spawns and he's testing out his equipment or seeing what he has or something, because apparently they've changed randomly before. Then after that, I think the game just got too personal for him. Post number 5, September 15th, 2010. Hey guys, Jadusable here. This will be the last time you're hearing from me, and this is my final gift to you. These are the notes I've taken and the realizations I have made. Before I delve into this, I want to thank you for following me and thank you for listening. It feels like the weight of a powerful burden is about to be lifted. By the time you read this, I won't be around anymore. But spending 4 days with this maddening game, I've begun to understand what's really at play here, and hopefully after reading this we can ensure this never happens again. These are the things I could not share to you while this was going on due to the circumstances to which I'll explain. With Ben blocking any attempt I tried to relay the truth to you, I tried ever so subtly to warn you guys in various ways. Amidst the chaos and my delirium, I made a barely noticeable pattern in my videos. In all 5 videos, I recorded the 4 days. I either had the mask of truth, interacted with a gossip stone, or the lens of truth equipped at some point. For you Zelda enthusiasts, these are all symbols of honesty and trustworthiness, and I hope that one of you have picked up on the reference. As I played the file, which I would name Ben, being mindful of how Ben was watching over my every move in the game, I made it a point to avoid doing anything too obvious, but I sent out a hidden message for you guys. I never equipped the lens, nor the mask, nor visited the stone. It worked, and the video was uploaded. I prayed that someone would have noticed the pattern didn't apply to Ben. The tags followed suit too. I hope you guys paid attention to those as well. Those are my little messages for you. Nothing too big that would catch Ben's attention or make him suspect anything, with Ben manipulating and changing my files. I honestly hope that what you guys saw was actually close to what actually happened, but there's no way for me to know. This may be a long read. I don't have time to proofread or make any of my research pretty, but here it all is. September 6th, 2010, 11 PM. Can't believe what happened. Not sure if this is some sort of elaborate hoax about the fear. I can't help but feel exceptionally curious about this. Who or what is this statue? Lots of questions here. I'm starting this document as a diary so I can keep track of everything. I'm typing up a summary of this so I can come back to it later. September 7th, 2010, 2:10 AM. Something was posted here. You can go back to look at my first post for day 4W and Vita for that. 4:23 AM. I can't sleep. I've been trying so hard, but the harder I try, I just get more restless. I just feel like the statue is appearing everywhere where I close my eyes. 8:20 AM. Didn't sleep at all, just going to start my day. I don't think I have the energy to go to class today. I'm going to drive back down to talk to that old man. Take my buddy with Tyler with me just in case. 1:18 PM. Back home now. Non-sign of the old man. Really weird that it appears to be moving the next day, but maybe the for sale sign was up there yesterday and I just didn't notice it. Tyler wants to know what's got. When we all walked up, I didn't tell him. Going to eat. Feel like death. 3:46 PM. Could have sworn driving back from the subway that I saw the elegy statue buried in some shrubbery staring at me go by. Now I definitely need sleep. 5 PM. Don't think a lot of people would believe me if I told them about what's happening. They think I'm going to try posting this on the internet. I think I'll use this summary. These notes are pretty sporadic. 6 PM. Connected my capture card to my computer to upload the footage. Thought my computer froze for a second, made this strange popping sound when I hooked everything up, but now it seems to be working fine again. My computer can't down me now. 7 PM. Footage is finished uploading. The quality's a lot better than I thought it would be. Gee, guess this is a really special cartridge. I never had it come through this clear before. 8:45 PM. Thought I saw an icon pop up on my desktop that looked like the statue's face for a split second. Gave me quite a scare. Getting really unnerved and delirious. I'm going to crash after this. 9 PM. Began uploading my YouTube video to an alternate account. 9:03 PM. I don't remember having uploading a Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines video last year. It's probably the account I shared with a friend of mine last summer. I hope he doesn't mind me using it to upload this. 9:55 PM. Posting my summary with a link to the YouTube video. Gonna try and stay awake, but I'm so tired right now. September 8th, 2010. 10:48 AM. I had a dream about the statue. A dream that was following me in my dreams, and that I would be running my own business when I felt my neck hair stand up on end. I'd turn around and see that horrible lifeless statue staring back at me with those empty eyes right back at me, merely inches away. In my dream I called it Ben. Power of suggestion, most likely. I never had that dream before that I could remember so vividly. 11:21 AM. I really don't want to play this game again. I think I'm gonna go back to see if that old man's there instead. 1:35 PM. No old man, but I had an interesting conversation with his neighbour. I'll post a full thing with my summary of tonight's attempt at playing the game. Going to wait for a little bit though and see if I can't dig up any information on this Ben guy. 2:45 PM. I've been getting random, inexplicable headache due to the lack of sleep and keep hearing that song in my head. Also, it's flu season, so I need to be careful not to get sick. My immune system's going to be shit right now because of that all-nighter. 3 PM, nothing. 3:02 PM, my computer just, on its own, opened up a text document and wrote the words hi and cleverbot.com by itself. What the fuck? 3:46 PM. I went on the website. It's one of those bot chatting programs. I think it's best if I just let the conversation speak for itself. 8th of September 2010 conversation. Hello? Hello. Who is this and how are you able to control my computer? Who am I? Right, forgot. You're a bot. You really think that? Listen, I know whoever's fucking with my computer can see my screen right now. Yes. Yeah, and I'll wager that one of y'all are one of those IT kids who think he's tough shit. You know what you're doing right now is illegal, right? Is it? No shit. Invasive with the terms invasion of privacy? Get the fuck off my computer, kid. I am your computer. Cool story. Anyway, I'm calling DPS. You picked a bad time to fuck with me, kid. Should I wait until you play the game then? What? That game? Majora's Mask? Yes. How do you know about that? Because. Because what? I did it. Did what? I played with you. What the fuck? Were you scared? Who the fuck is this? Ben. The statue? You're inside my computer now? Yes. How? You connected me. How the hell did I connect you? Cables and cords. How? Tell me about yourself. What? Tell me about yourself. What do you mean? What is it that really scares you? What the fuck? Answer. No. Answer. What the fuck? How the fuck did you just open that by yourself? I am your computer now. How much can you control? All. What do you want from me? To entertain. You're stuck inside there. You can't hurt me. Huh? Go play. No, you can't hurt me. Took you longer to type that. So? You're not sure. If you're so powerful, why use a ridiculous website like this to chat with me? Less messy, more structured, fun. Fun. Yes, tradition. I like it. You think it's funny? Amusing. And my notes? You may write them down. Why are you letting me? It's amusing to see what you think of me. Oh, and that's a good way to end the episode. Got him. Right, I don't want to waffle too long. I don't like making videos longer than 20 minutes, so you guys are in a treat. Okay, sorry for this. Sorry for uploading this. I'm not earlier anyway. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this I actually really like this. We have to swear more, which is always fun. So yeah. That's the end of the episode. Hope you guys want to see more, and if you do, then let me know.